Hey Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. My name is Michelle and I am an astrologer and tarot card reader, and I use both astrology, tarot, and I guess all tarot and oracle to provide you weekly insights into your Capricornian energy. Your Capricorn reading comes out every single Wednesday, so go ahead and smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. There's also an extension to every single one of these readings that dives real deep and we get really beautiful details. Those extended readings are for purchase either on Vimeo, and that link is below in the traditional way, or you can join my Unbound membership and get lots of goodies and unlimited access to all of the extended videos from now into forever. So check that out too. All right. And if you want to join me daily for a live tarot card reading, go on and subscribe over to my Astrology Motivation. Astrology Motivation is my second YouTube channel where I have a ton of room to post a lot of other stuff. So you'll see a lot of other content that I'm posting over there, or if you become a member over here, there's also content that I don't share with everybody either. So I'd love to have you join in. Capricorn, let's get into a little bit of the energy shift that's just happened, because Mars and Venus have exited Capricorn. And I can't imagine that it was anything more than a wow. Oh my God, it's finally lit up, especially where your romantic relationships are concerned, or how you felt about yourself and your situation or yourself through those relationships. There was a lot of transition, and there was a lot to learn about you through your interactions with the people that you love, the people that you care about, understanding your value in their eyes. And it was very transformative, but I got to tell you, it was also very difficult. But if over the past week you felt a lightening, that would make a lot of sense. And you will continue to feel a lightening from here on in, because Mars is out, Venus is out, Mercury's been out, and now they're all in your second house. So what does that mean for you? You have Saturn still in Aquarius. You have Mercury about to leave Aquarius, but for right now it's still there. And you had a really strong stellium for a couple of days of Mars, Venus, Saturn, and Mercury all in your second house, meaning that what's really getting a lot of energy now is your business, your career, what you're building, and how you take care of yourself, how you finance your life, how you get the resources for your life. And it's not that it's so transitional as it's very exacting, and Saturn is there. So it's really about building, it's there in Aquarius. So it's about building relationships and networking and using that network to really build your career. Networking because, Aquarius rules friendship and community. So finding different ways to get your products out into the community or turn the community into your product. But ultimately really masterminding that distribution model that you guys are so exceptional at, like knowing how to reach people, knowing how to sell to people, knowing how to make people want things, and being very exacting. Saturn is there kind of dictating that ultimately you're going to be right on and very clever and very detail oriented. So your career, or your career goals are really taking a big energy boost. And it will back you into a corner, especially with Saturn and Mercury square to each of the nodes. It'll back you into a corner so that you feel the pressure until you change. And in other words, it's almost like the universe is now as exacting on you as you normally are. But I think you're a little bit more in tune with how to withstand that pressure than all the other signs, because you are under that pressure all the time. With Saturn as your ruler, you're harder on yourself than anybody else. And ultimately, you're really turning up the heat, and I think you're doing really well in the oven. Let's put it that way. Mercury, like I said, is about to head into your third house of communications, which means communications can get very emotional for you. Might not be as easy to articulate. Mercury really doesn't like to be in Pisces, but you'll be feeling a lot of things. So don't try to express them through words. Try to express them maybe through listening to songs that you love, or watching movies that you love, or if you are a singer or a songwriter, or you are some sort of artist, just going being there and expressing it through a creative outlet and not trying to put words on and taking that pressure off, because it'll help you actually really be able to brainstorm for all the beautiful energy that's happening in your second house. It just won't be articulate, it'll be more creative. Okay, so let's get into your cards. So overall, really energies that I have no doubt you guys are going to know how to use. There's so much building and changing in your life now. First, second, and third house, right? All how you're like establishing yourself. So you're definitely establishing something new in your life. And it's a wonderful time for you to work on it and cultivate anything that you've been thinking about, or, you know, had as an idea. Let's go and consult Oracle now. I have the Bee Gees song in my head. What is it? Nobody gets too much heaven. Nobody gets too much love anymore. It's such a beautiful song to have stuck in your head, man. If you're going to have a brain worm, it might as well be that, right? Trust in divine detours. This isn't always easy for you, and this could also mean that you're traveling. This is Sagittarius energy. Happy birthday, Doug Danny. This is Sagittarius energy, so it could be, trust it, go with it. If you have a chance to get out of your state, to get out of your country, go on, get out of, like, go, travel. All this could do is encourage your creativity and your network. You might, especially during this time, get ideas or inspirations in places that you never even thought you would. This could also mean more or less just go with it. It's not the easiest energy for you to just go with anything, but it's also saying that right now it will be a little bit easier for you to be malleable as long as you can put it into the context of this might actually be really serviceable, right? And then we have open to infinite possibilities, which is Aquarian energy. So yeah, I'll say this right now. If you get the call to interact on a foreign basis with a foreigner, with foreign people, or actually travel, go, because it's gonna really like make your heart grow and expand your horizons and even your potential. You'll shine, or you'll be in the presence of what feels like star power. So you could really be able to network very nicely with people who could help you a great deal, and you'll shine. You'll shine by, I think, taking people in a different direction. So you could be the detour itself, right? It's like all of a sudden you shine, and all of a sudden they're starting to realize it. It's because you're getting so much activity in your second house, and you're so productive. People need this kind of productivity. This is what they pay top dollar for. So this is a really good time for you guys to mobilize on that energy, because you will shine now. This is a great time to go out for jobs. This is a great time to plant those seeds of your own products or business in people's minds. And it's a great time to allow yourself to talk to people you normally wouldn't talk to, because like I said, it could open up a lot of doors for you. We have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. I mean, that's what the fuck? That's self-explanatory. I don't have to really go into that, right? Abundant universe will provide is spirit got you. And you're going to start to see actual material abundance happening and coming into your life now. Now, manifestation and hard work is something that, you do. You do it naturally. But do you take time to actually see what you're holding in your hands, right? This is a good time to express appreciation. It'll only open up that abundance flow even more when you start to express appreciation for all the things that you actually have, including the stress and the challenges of building, because even those are blessings. Even those are blessings because it means you've got something to work on, you've got something to work for, and it means you just got work. And isn't that the best blessing a Capricorn could have? Something to really dig their work, to really dig their teeth into. So you have that. I can see raises coming. I could see job promotions coming. I could see like getting more money or switching jobs and leveling up in terms of how much you get paid, as well as how much you are respected. I could see you leveling up in your current companies. I could also see productivity starting to come in. So you're actually starting to see the hard work paying off. I keep opening my hand, in material, like in 3D, like not just seeing the opportunities, which are fantastic, but also seeing the end result. And of course, the end result is just the beginning for something new to happen. So you could take that and you can use it as resource or foundation for the next level that you want to get to. But this is one of those times when you're actually going to be able to say, wow, I did this, right? This is sort of that moment in your life. And I gotta say, Capricorn, holy crap, really, really beautiful energy for you. Let's keep going. Okay, maybe it's not these cards that want to talk to me. Let's go to these. I always think to myself, like, what, like, I got to hear the voices, and not like a schizophrenic, God bless you, if I'm not trying to make fun, but I could feel which card deck wants to, like, join the conversation, like where the next message is going to come from. Yeah, you're starting to see something really pay off. There's hope here. There's light. It's like seeing the light, but also, once again, I've got to say, this is more of this like star shine, this star quality, either being in its presence or it being you, which I kind of feel it's a little more to, but really standing out as like bringing the light, or somebody that deserves to have the spotlight on them. There's also a sense of, and this comes from so much energy being with you in the beginning of this year. It was really tough for Capricorns, and Pluto is still there, but it's in the last degree, so it's gonna wreak a little havoc. No, it's gonna make sure the changes get done, but ultimately, you guys, there's a lightening here. And when it says, oh, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, yeah, you absolutely can. And of course, when we feel better things happen for us. So this week is a really, like the weight is lifting. And then we have Destiny here. I just, like, I gotta, give me a second, yo. Like, how else am I gonna explain this reading? This is like the best reading I've ever done for you guys. This is legitimately the best reading I've ever done. This is Destiny. And what is Destiny? Well, we could argue for days. If we shouldn't argue, we could debate. But I have to say, Destiny is like part you, part the universe. You know, it's what we fulfill for ourselves because we allow God to lead us in the direction that he built us for, right? He, she, whatever. Yeah, so ultimately, this has always been your destiny, and I think you really worked very hard to get there. You can see it in your grasp. Keep working for it. As if you don't see it, it's almost like that. You know, if you've ever played baseball or softball, they tell you run through first base, and then come back to first base, but run through first base, right? They always tell you that. They don't tell you that with second base. They don't tell you that with third base, but they tell you that just run right through first base, right? That's kind of what you've got to do right now so that you don't self-sabotage. And it's not that I see self-sabotage here. I really don't see any kind of sabotage here. But we can get into clusterfucks in our heads, right? Where we turn our blessings into burdens. Don't do that. Just think of work. Just keep going. Like, you love to get in that mode. You got the energy for it. Keep going and just keep going. And I'm going to tell you, when you finally turn around and come back, you're going to see, wow, I've built what I talked about for the past 20 years, for the past 10 years. I'm actually standing here. It's like you're going to start to actually recognize where dreams have come true. And please, when you do, be sure that you just take a sec. You know, take a sec and be like, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, me. Wow. Mind-blowing and mind-boggling how I'm here now. And kneel if you have to. Sit for a second. Humility in these moments is what keeps the floodgates of abundance open. You know, it's not about bragging. It's about absorbing and allowing it in. And allowing the appreciation for everything that you've earned, because you really have earned it. And then we have victory and success, which I've been sitting on, but I think that it's like, it's not even fucking subtle, guys. Like, what do you want me to do? Like victory and success is here. You may even be heralding victory and success, announcing, talking about, be able to finally announce something. Like that's the level of 3D. The abundance is here that I'm talking about. It's not just, oh, I know it's going to happen. No, it's happened. And I get to like call my friends and talk to them about it without feeling I'm going to jinx this shit. This is about actually being able to make the call, or for some of you, get the call that officiates the word, the announcement. You can share it with people. You can share it with people because it's actually really real. You know, it's not just like, maybe. It's not a maybe. There ain't no maybe up in here, bae. There's no maybe up in here. This is here, and you got to be sharing some really beautiful news. Why would you not want to continue this reading? We have flexible. What the fuck? But that's what I'm trying to say is be flexible, be malleable, and you are. You know, you've just learned to get into the flow and learn to take opportunities when maybe you didn't expect them, but it's like you've learned to sniff out opportunities a lot better, because at first they had to look a certain way for you, right? They had to like come to you in a specific package, but now you're like, nah, fuck the fucking package. Packages deceive my bitch ass. I don't look at packages anymore. I look at how I can use them. Maybe even how I can use the cardboard box, whatever it is. It's your mind that's more malleable. You know, it's not that you're compromising at all. You just understanding the flow. You know, this is like molten lava, right? And molten lava is what builds islands. It's what builds new everything. Honestly, it's the foundation of everything. So, maybe not everything, but so much. And so ultimately, that's what you are right now. You are like the mountains moving. And then we have orphaned, right? Be flexible about orphaned. I don't know what that means. I will dig deeper into that in the extended reading. You can believe that. And then deep knowing. It's almost like now you're able to work with all the moments in your life that you felt alone, or all the moments in your life that you felt like nobody was around. I think this is a shift. It's cards that are saying there's a shift. Number one, to be able to say, wow, I've never been alone, right? So that could literally be translating into you were single, you're not going to be single anymore. You were unmarried, you're not going to be married. You're not going to be, you were unmarried, you're not going to be, you're going to get married. Realizing that your world has shifted to be in this bigger kind of social space, not about popularity. It's actually about belonging, deeper on. But this is the beauty. This is how I know you guys are continuing to do your work and talk to the universe. Is like you understand how special this is, because you understand that ultimately your life really has changed from where it was, in the sense of suffering and isolation, and why am I always alone? Why am I always alone? And ultimately, you're not always alone anymore. You're not always alone. Oh, there's an understanding of why you had to go through that to get through this. So there's an understanding and realization, because this is a 5 card, right? It says 5, of how much it's changed, right? Of just how much your world has changed. I don't know how many years. You guys, do me a favor. Let me know which part of this reading has resonated the most with you, and leave that timestamp down below. Also, let me know, what was that time in your life when you realized it's changed, it's shifted? I'm not abandoned anymore. I don't feel left out. I don't feel like I don't left behind, right? Because the truth is this, I'm going to call your asses out. You leave yourself behind. You are hard on yourself, and you intentionally, methodically make yourself do shit that nobody should do, and that's what actually leaves you behind. But ultimately, you did get there, didn't you? Because this is not about being left behind. This is about realizing how much life has changed, right? How much life has changed, or how much it may have changed because people left your life, for whatever reason. The sense of this shift of even maybe how you feel about being alone. Maybe there's a deeper appreciation for being alone now, because it's something that you don't. It's something it's something that you get to choose as opposed to being forced to be. It's a lot different to like take space and be able to like enjoy your own company versus like not having any friends, or you know, being single for many years in a row, or you know, like that can feel like a huge burden. But now it's like it could be that being alone, your life has changed so much. Oh, that's what I just heard from God. Okay. It's basically saying that's how you know how much your life has changed. This is the deep understanding and deep knowing. When you realize, I'm actually happy to be alone. I actually enjoy my alone time. You can then start to realize, ding, look at how much your life has changed, how much you've turned around, and you know, you thought it was a burden, you know, or you felt now it's a choice. Now you can choose. Now you actually have the ability to choose where you're alone and where you're not alone. Or it's a statement of understanding that, yeah, I'm moving past this. I don't have to be alone anymore. I'm not alone anymore. So there's definitely a flexibility and a shift or a change that has happened in terms of how you understand where you are in your own space right now. I'm going to head over to tarot. Please join me either through the Unbound membership, which I highly recommend, because then you get to see me multiple times a week, and I'll pick cards for you, get your tarot card questions ready for me. You don't have to pay for a personal reading. You get me twice a week if you're an Unbound member. And then all these other special add-ons that you get all the perks. You get all the perks. Plus all the extendeds. But for those of you who want to do the Vimeo way, the traditional way is still there for you. And I'm glad whichever way you join me. So I'll see you in the extended. Links below.